Let's talk about this with Rosa Flores. She is live in New York for me, walking along with some of these protesters. Rosa, tell me what they're telling you.
Yeah, so let me paint the picture for you really quickly. There's hundreds of people marching the streets of New York right now. We started off at Macy's, like you mentioned. A few of the protesters marched in there, and then we walked towards Times Square, and now we're walking back towards Macy's with the protesters. I'm here with the organizer. His name is Dante Berry, and he can tell us a little more about the purpose. I know that a lot of people are wondering why Black Friday.
Right.
So explain it to us.
I'm the executive director of Million Hoodies Movement for Justice, and we recognize that racial injustice cannot be fight only its own, and we need to also recognize that there's economic injustice that's in play. The conditions in which Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown and Renisha McBride were murdered also affect how corporations are bought into the prison industrial complex and support policing and surveillance and ultimately harm communities of color every single day.
No, I know the conversation is happening all over the country. A lot of people being part of this movement. But we've also seen a lot of disruption.
Right.
We've seen burned cars. We've seen people bolting into stores.
Right.
Does that deviate from the overall message?
So there is a difference between civil disobedience and overall unrest. But what is the appropriate level of response for someone who for a community who hasn't received justice, for someone who was shot and murdered in front of them for 4 hours? They have frustration, they have rage. So what is the appropriate level of response for that? So I think when we look at it, there is righteous frustration, and folks have been trained in civil disobedience and nonviolence and de-escalation techniques. But ultimately, I think when you look at some of the things that are happening in Ferguson, the tone has been set from the police since day one of throwing rubber bullets, tear gas. They've always been the aggressor in every way.
I know this is not the first protest here in New York City. We were just talking moments ago about thousands of people coming out and supporting your effort. We're talking about probably like 14,000.
Yep.
The response from the police here in New York City to this movement?
It's been very mild, surprisingly, and it's something that I think we'll hope to see more confrontation going forward, but it's been very much more locked down and very calm in the sense of what we're hoping to expect.
Is that what you're hoping for? You're hoping for calm?
Confrontation.
You're hoping for confrontation. Why are you hoping for confrontation?
Because ultimately confrontation is a way that we actually ultimately change culture, right? This is about how we're altering the power dynamics of our communities with the police. And right now there's a severe power dynamic of the police with the community, and we need to flip that.
All right, Brooke, so there you have it. The organizer of one of these protests asking for more confrontation as a way of change. Brooke, back to you.
All right, well, that's one way to look at it, I suppose. Rosa Flores, thank you.